What made you break up with the person you thought you'd marry? FBI knocking on my door to arrest him for being a pedophile and a kiddie porn salesman. No joke. I was raped while in the military. Fiancé also military. I told him what happened and he went out, had sex with someone, filmed it, and showed me the film because I cheated on him, so he was making it even. I ran immediately. What in the fuck did I just read? Jesus Christ. Good for you for leaving that. He cheated and got another woman pregnant. Then called me a few weeks later and asked me to be the child's godmother because he knows I'm really good with kids. Completely unable to manage money. Spent every dollar he came across on gaming and weed, and constantly put off paying important bills. Would have dragged us both into bankruptcy if I would have stayed with him. I moved across the world for him. He kept telling me, one day I want to propose. Or, I can't wait for you to be my wife. That proposal never came. And I was having visa issues. So after a few years, I gave up and moved back. I asked him what I meant to him, and he answered, nothing. I'm so sorry. That's really cruel. But refreshingly straightforward, given some of the other stories in this thread. She was actually quite the rude person, and believed anyone who told her that acting this way was unacceptable is trying to control her. She would always deflect, and couldn't just accept that people don't like blunt and rude-ass people in general. After 4 years of a relationship, her parents couldn't come into terms with my religion and caste. They completely opposed our marriage. The girl couldn't sacrifice her parents' relationship, so she sacrificed me for them. Welcome to 21st century India. She ran away with her girlfriend. Ross, is that you? She cheated on me. Though, going through that made me learn a lot about myself and readjust my standards. So, in an odd way, I'm thankful that it happened. She likes sucking other men's dicks. I like my girlfriend like I like my soup, without other men's dicks in them. 1. I lost my father and get ignored for a week because I went out with my friends to distract myself. 2. Told me he'd shoot his face off if I was ever happy with anyone but him. She slept with my roommate, and my other roommate and friends walked in on them mid-doggy. Rip my inbox. I'll answer what I can. She cheated on me. Multiple times. On her trip to Europe. Which she is still on. I saw the Facebook messages on the computer where she was still logged in. Then she lied when I called her on it. This all happened about 4 hours ago. I'm at a bit of a loss. I was planning our engagement. I'm glad it happened now, I guess. Very rough, though. I wasn't a priority, and he couldn't decide if he wanted to commit. If after 4 years you don't know what you want, I think it's pretty clear. She got blackout drunk and slept with her workmate. Bullet dodged. Because I was too immature, selfish, uncaring, and so fucking blind, I thought some of it was her fault. Oh, super easy answer. Dude was a douche and hit me across the face. Also, couldn't hold down a job. But you know, mostly the face thing. Our relationship was 90-10. I would do everything. Take care of everything. Pay for everything. Always be the first one to message, or call or suggest plans. She put hardly any effort into us at all, and I know I deserve more than that. When she became physically abusive and sexually inactive. Mine was physically abusive but sexually active for a while. And I stayed during that time. I asked her to marry me, and she said no. It's been 7 months since then, and now she's trying to get back with me, saying she made a mistake. Said I was the only voice of reason in her life, and she feels so lost without me. I don't even know how to feel about that. I don't want to be anyone's savior. Her refusing to live together after 12 years of relationship. Other guys, dicks. I was with this guy, who we were both really sure about getting married to each other. But his anger issues would cause us to have really volatile fights. Thinking about my future children having to witness and grow up around that pushed me to break off things with him. She didn't want to anymore. Excessive drug use to cope with childhood trauma. Instead of seeking professional help, when provided the opportunity. Long distance. I'm a Marine and she's in the Air Force. But long distance is very rough for us, especially being in totally different branches. I hope she's doing well. She said that Jonathan from the other kindergarten was cooler than me. Instead of solving our issues, she decided to be with the shoulder to cry on. She dumped me. She joined the military. We thought we could make it work. But the distance and my opposition to the job she's doing drove us apart. We are still on good terms, though. Caught him making out with one of the students I was tutoring. She was 14. I was 19. He was 26. Cheating and lies forever. A steak joke. Edit. Never mind. That was Tamagotchi life. Didn't like me back. She turned into someone that would never leave the house. Anytime I bought her anything, she said it was a waste of money that could have gone towards rent. And when I had bipolar depression attacks, she would get mad at me for ruining her day. She started cutting herself. Going on all-nighters at college, getting pissed, and doing MDMA. Getting her friends to call me and make me take her back because she wouldn't stop screaming in her block and waking everyone up. Sheer embarrassment. World of Warcraft. She played it all the time. Dicks. Turns out she loved dicks. And not just mine. The real revelation was that she liked lots of dicks, and sometimes more than one at a time. Yes, dicks destroyed my relationship. She smoked and tried to keep my balls in her purse. I wanted them back. I hit her pistol first, then broke up with her and left. Called her later to tell her where her gun was, after I was hundreds of miles away. Being required to adopt Judaism. I'm not even religious. Neither was she. Her parents insisted. I said no. He peed in my newly renovated kitchen sink. Who does that? Also, he cheated on me with 3 women. Being left at the altar was a big factor. Methamphetamines. Selfishness and immaturity. I had growing to do as well. He suddenly became very religious over a period of about 6 months and ended up joining a monastery in another state. Well, 12 years later, I'm happily married to a wonderful man. And my ex is, as far as I can tell from Facebook, still in his religion, now in a different state. She didn't give enough commitment to our relationship and gave half-assed excuses for not doing so. They turned out to be a drunken, manipulative floozy. She had a threesome with a fat chick and some dude in the Navy, while I was in the hospital ill. Then used my iPad to go on her Facebook and brag about it. Flinginess. His alcoholism, emotional abuse, unhealthy relationship with his ex-wife, terrible family, controlling nature.